To fighting muscle loss after 60 isn't in the gym, but in your water glass. It's a quiet truth that could change everything about how you age. And if you skip ahead, you might miss the simple additions that can protect your strength because 99% of people misunderstand this crucial detail. Silent signals. It's one of the most frustrating puzzles of getting older, isn't it? You're doing everything you've been told to do. You're eating well, you're staying active, and you carry that water bottle with you everywhere, drinking what feels like gallons every day. And yet you still feel off. You're battling those frustrating leg cramps at night that jolt you out of a deep sleep. You feel a wave of dizziness when you stand up a little too quickly. And then there's that lingering, unshakable fatigue, a deep seated weariness that just doesn't make sense given all your effort. It's a quiet, confusing struggle. You start to wonder, am I doing something wrong? And the truth is, you're not doing anything wrong, but you might be missing one crucial piece of the puzzle. It's a piece that almost no one warns us about. As we move past 60, the rules of hydration change completely. What worked for us at 40 is no longer enough. The game has a new set of rules, and if we keep playing by the old ones, we'll keep feeling stuck. Here's where it gets really interesting. The problem isn't how much water you're drinking, it's about what that water is doing or not doing once it gets inside your body. Think of your muscle cells like tiny, plump sponges. When we're younger, these sponges are flexible and eager to soak up and hold on to water, keeping our muscles supple, strong, and energized. But as we age, the walls of these cellular sponges naturally become a little stiffer. They lose some of their elasticity. So even when you drink plenty of water, it's like pouring water over a sponge that can no longer absorb it properly. The water might just pass right through you, flowing out without ever getting a chance to deeply nourish your tissues. It's a concept I call silent dehydration. On the outside, you might seem perfectly fine. Your mouth isn't dry, you're not overheating. But on the inside, a quiet crisis is unfolding. Your muscles are becoming less sponge like, your joints are losing their natural lubrication, and your nerves are becoming more sensitive and prone to misfiring. I remember a patient of mine, a wonderful woman in her early 70s. She was the model of a healthy senior. She walked every single day. Her diet was impeccable, and she was fiercely dedicated to her hydration. Yet, she kept coming to see me with the same complaints: cramping, dizzy spells, and that bone deep fatigue. We ran the tests, and everything looked normal. It was a complete mystery. We were looking at the volume of water, not its effectiveness. It wasn't until we shifted our focus and made a few simple tweaks to what was in our water that everything started to change. It was a profound reminder that so many of us are in the exact same boat. We're following the instructions, but we've been given an incomplete manual. The issue isn't about our effort or our discipline, it's that our bodies are working with a different operating system now. And that explains why so many people start to feel old even when their lab reports say they're fine. They're missing something essential, not in their medical diagnosis, but in their simple daily routine. And the most beautiful part of this whole story, the solution isn't some complicated medical treatment. It often begins with one simple, powerful addition to the glass of water right in front of you. Gentle fix. So let's start right there. What is the very first, simplest upgrade you can make to your water? Something safe, something natural, and something that is grounded in both modern science and timeless tradition. It begins with two things you almost certainly have in your kitchen right now: a fresh slice of lemon and a tiny pinch of mineral salt. I know what you might be thinking. Salt? Isn't that something I'm supposed to avoid, especially now that I'm thinking about blood pressure? That's a completely fair question, but it's crucial to understand we're not talking about refined white table salt, which is just sodium chloride. We're talking about unrefined mineral salts like pink Himalayan or Celtic sea salt. These salts are different. They contain a whole symphony of trace minerals: magnesium, potassium, calcium, that your body desperately needs for proper muscle and nerve function. They are the gatekeepers of hydration. When you add just a few grains to your water, along with a squeeze of lemon, you're not just drinking water anymore. You are creating what I call structured water. Here's how this simple magic works. The minerals act like tiny anchors. They help your cells grab onto the water and pull it inside, allowing it to stay in your tissues where it's needed, instead of being flushed out too quickly by your kidneys. The lemon plays a vital role too. It gently shifts the water's properties, making it even easier for your body to absorb efficiently through your intestines. It's a perfect partnership. I've had so many patients who suffered from those agonizing leg cramps that would wake them up in the middle of the night. They thought they had tried everything, but once they started this simple ritual of having a glass of lemon and salt water first thing in the morning, the cramps began to disappear. It wasn't because they were walking less or stretching more, it was because their muscles were finally getting the deep cellular hydration they had been craving. Their muscles had the water, but they were missing the electrolytes needed to hold onto it. It's such an empowering idea, isn't it? The thought that one simple daily habit could help ease stiffness, improve your balance, and reduce those painful nighttime cramps is incredibly hopeful. Smart hydration. Now, once you've laid that simple foundation with lemon and mineral salt, what's the next layer? What if you want to give your body even deeper, more targeted hydration support, especially if you lead an active life or live in a warm climate? This is where a clean, high quality electrolyte powder can be a game changer. And right away, we need to challenge a common stereotype. For decades, electrolytes have been marketed almost exclusively to marathon runners and high performance athletes. We see the commercials with young, sweaty athletes guzzling down colorful sports drinks. But the truth is, electrolytes like magnesium, potassium, and sodium are even more vital for older adults. As we age, our kidneys naturally become a bit less efficient at holding on to these crucial minerals. Our thirst reflex also weakens, which is a big deal. By the time someone over 60 actually feels thirsty, their body may already be well on its way to that silent dehydration at a cellular level. You might not feel parched, but your muscles are already running low on fuel. Adding a well formulated electrolyte powder to your water is like giving your body the specific tools it needs to make that water truly functional. It's the difference between water being merely present and water being truly useful. Think of it this way: drinking plain water is like delivering a package to a house, but no one is home to receive it. Adding electrolytes is like making sure someone is at the door, ready to sign for the package and bring it inside where it can be used. It makes all the difference. I had a gentleman I worked with who told me one of the most touching stories. He said that after years of struggling, he was finally able to sit down and put on his own socks without feeling wobbly or needing to hold on to something for support. He hadn't changed his diet or started a new exercise program. The only thing he had done differently was adding a small scoop of electrolyte powder to his water every morning. That single change gave him back a piece of his independence. It's a beautiful testament to how foundational hydration really is for our strength and stability. Of course, the kind you choose matters immensely. You want to look for a clean powder that is free from added sugars, artificial dyes, or stimulants that can just lead to an energy spike followed by a crash. You want pure, simple minerals. It's not about drinking more, it's about drinking smarter, nature's way. We've covered the power of minerals and the science behind smarter absorption. But what if there's something even more natural, something that delivers hydration in a form that our bodies might instinctively recognize and welcome? This is where we can turn to one of nature's most perfect creations: coconut water. I'm sure many of you have seen cartons of it lining the shelves at the grocery store. You might have dismissed it as just another trendy health drink, or perhaps you worried that it was too high in sugar to be a healthy daily habit. And in some cases, those are valid concerns. Many of the commercially bottled coconut waters are pasteurized at high heat and loaded with added sweeteners, which unfortunately changes their nutritional profile and their impact on your body. But there is another form that preserves its incredible benefits in a much purer way: freeze dried coconut water powder. The freeze drying process is gentle. It locks in the rich blend of potassium, magnesium, and sodium without degrading them, and without the need for excess sugar or preservatives. This isn't about the coconut flavor, it's about the perfect balance of electrolytes that nature created. When you rehydrate this powder, you get a drink that is subtly sweet, incredibly refreshing, and remarkably easy for your body to absorb. For those who find mineral salt solutions a bit too savory or dislike the taste of some electrolyte powders, this can be the perfect solution. It feels less like a supplement and more like a treat, which makes it so much easier to incorporate into your daily routine. And as we know, consistency is everything. It's not the one glass you drink today that creates change. It's the glass you look forward to and return to every single day. The potassium in coconut water is a superstar for older adults. It plays a key role in managing healthy blood pressure and is fantastic for preventing those frustrating muscle cramps. The magnesium content supports deep muscle relaxation and can even contribute to more restful sleep. It's a gentle, holistic way to nourish your body, one sip at a time. The improvements can be subtle at first. Maybe you notice fewer cramps after a walk, or your energy feels a bit steadier in the afternoon. But over time, the difference becomes profound. It's like building a bridge between the effort you're putting in and the recovery your body needs. Muscle fuel? Now, let's address a deeper concern that I know is on the minds of many. What if your main worry isn't just stiffness or fatigue, but the noticeable loss of strength? What if you're starting to feel that dreaded sense of frailty creeping in? This is where we can bring in our fourth and final addition, something truly remarkable for preserving the muscle we have as we age. It's low dose creatine. Right away, I want to clear up a common misunderstanding. When people hear the word creatine, their minds often jump to images of huge bodybuilders in a gym lifting massive weights. But that's a completely different application. We are talking about using creatine in small, consistent therapeutic amounts. In this context, it is one of the most extensively researched, safest, and most reliable tools we have to protect muscle mass and function as we get older. The research from studies conducted all over the world is incredibly clear and consistent on this point. Here's the beautiful two-part magic of how creatine works for seniors. First, it directly helps your muscle cells produce and store more energy, which is essential for strength and endurance. But second, and this is the part that connects directly to our conversation today, creatine actually acts as a hydrating agent inside the muscle itself. It gently pulls water into your muscle cells and helps them hold it there, right where it's needed most to stay pliable, resilient, and ready for action. We're not talking about building bulky muscle. We're talking about preserving your stability, your mobility, and your ability to recover from simple, everyday activities. Just 1 to 2 grams a day, not the high doses athletes use, has been shown to significantly improve lower body strength, increase walking speed, and even quicken reaction times in older adults. It's a powerful combination for anyone in their 70s, 80s, or beyond. It works silently in the background, rebuilding your muscles' energy reserves while ensuring they stay properly hydrated. The body is a symphony, everything works together. And when you support one system, you automatically lift all the others. Small rituals keep the body alive, but it's the consistent ones that keep it strong. True vitality isn't found in some dramatic, sweeping gesture, but in the quiet, loving attention you give to yourself day after day. Hydration is the invisible thread that weaves together your strength, your clarity, and your resilience. So choose one simple change from our conversation today, just one, and begin. Let that small, steady act of self care be the anchor that carries you forward with grace and power. Try this today.